Hello and welcome. That caught me off guard then. I went live far too quick. So we are going to be looking at all of the Lego games that have come out over recent times, but also going to be checking out the building instructions from way back when these games were also available. So what I'm going to try and do is say, for example, when the Star Wars saga came out in 05, see what actual Star Wars sets were out in 05, have a look at one of the instruction booklets and see what else was available. And then we'll do the same thing for as we go through, because we have got all of the Star Wars bits. We've got the Indiana Jones that we're going to cover. They're going to cover some old Batman sets. We're going to have a look at the Harry Potter, Battle, Pirates of the Caribbean, the old school Pirates of the Caribbean sets, obviously. And then we're also going to be looking at the Lord of the Rings, the Hobbit stuff, and everything like that. And we'll be using the Lego website as much as possible. And if they don't have it on the Lego website, by typing in their SKU code, then at least we can actually use the instruction manual. So good evening to everybody. We'll wait for the notifications and things to go out, and then we will see what we are going on about. So hello there. Good evening to you. Hopefully you are fit and well. And Ultrabrick says good evening all. So yes, there is a poll running as normal. So on replay, you have got basically what is the best rabbit hole to fall down for future displays. It is very much a case of Medieval, the new Pokemon, Star Trek, or something else. And if it is something else, then obviously let me know what it is you are thinking would be a good future problem to get yourself into, or what you think I should be collecting future wise as well. So yes, it is weird, isn't it? Because I had no idea how the Lego group has so many games. No, nor did I. Not when we started to look at them last night. I thought, well, this just deserves its own stream, because we're going to be checking out also all of the Chima Lego sets, which is a line that I think a lot of you might not realize how big that was until it flopped. Again, there's the Hobbit. We've got all the Lego movie sets to take a look at as well. Some of the Ninjago sets from around that time, 2015. We've got the Jurassic World Dimensions. Now, Dimensions is, well, they're easy enough, luckily, to find on the Lego website, so we can see all of those. You can let me know what you think of David Hasselhoff in minifigure form. And of course, there's lots of others as well that we'll be taking a look at. Then we'll have a look at the Avengers sets, because I'm sure there'll be some others out in 2016 that we've not paid any attention to. You've got World, you've got Marvel Superheroes. There's loads and loads and loads and loads of them. So each thing has got a little write-up. I'll read it out to you again in case you guys and girls didn't see it yesterday. And then I will go on to the Lego website, find a year of those sets, and just see what was around in 2005 for the Star Wars video game. Now, we will just enjoy the artwork. The artwork progresses. We got about 8 or 9 in yesterday and realized that this is just going to take forever. And I didn't do it this way. So 29th of March, 05, this came out. And it was on the Xbox, a Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo GameCube, and the PS2. And it says, play the most memorable and exhilarating scenes from The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith. So the question is, what sets were out in 2005? Part 1980. Good. Hopefully your work is going well and hope you are living the dream. I brought a Lego police car from the Lego City Adventures. Well, that is a good call. Yes, because they did do some of those bits and pieces, didn't they? So I have the Lego collection on PS4, but zero happy sets. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? As long as you're enjoying the game, that is all that matters. How far along of the game have you actually got as well? And that's always a good one to note. So 2005 we are going to be going all the way back to. So I have jumped over to the Lego website, and now we have to find a set from 05. So if you want to trip down memory lane, this is what this is all about. We are in the instruction tab on the Lego website, and you can see you've got the 2010 Imperium, 2004, but not quite the right year. If there's any of these that you'd actually like to take a look at, get it in the chat while you see it, because some of these I've never seen before. This is new to me. I've never done it this way ever. And then I can click on them. We can find them. We can see what sets were out and about at this time. And then we'll just move on to the next year. So I am looking for 05. So there's 08, 14, 03, 01, 07, 017. So the Falcon, look how so they did a big UCS Falcon, and then they just redid the same. Well, they didn't redo it, but I wonder when the 07 Falcon got discontinued. That'd be a good understanding of this one, because I can't believe this has been out since 2017. So it's on its 9th year, and it's selling so well. They've definitely got another one in the books, haven't they? Surely. What is this? Is this a Christmas thing? What actually is this? No, it's just a wheel. I don't know. It looks like a bauble to me, and it's just a classic. That's a very bizarre thing. Is a bauble supposed to be the planet? I think it is, isn't it? Did anybody know these were a thing? I had absolutely no idea this was an actual thing. So that has thrown me completely. Right, but we need one from 05 because this is 2013. 05. So this was out at 05. Will this have anything else? The set might be a little bit small. Oh, I can't even click on it anyway. I can't download the instructions if I wanted to. Surely I must be able to. No, I can't. That's a bit harsh. Maybe it's too old. Back. 03, 04, 18, 15, 3, 13, 04, 04, 03. Well, good year for Star Wars sets then. Can't actually see anything from 05. 11. Not what I do. I will stick to the UCS one. So let's click on the Cloud City instructions. 08. So that's 18. When did the cheese come out? 18. Was that older? 11. Right, we'll start with this then. We'll start with the cheese. What else was out and about with this Superstar Destroyer? And what other sets were available? So I'd like to think they have actually got some write-up in here. And then we can see. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I've never seen that. I've never seen those sets. I have absolutely no idea. So this is just now the closest thing I can actually get. This is supposed to be remade, isn't it? They reckon that this is going to be the one that's going to be redone. It's so big. So big. Did they actually back in the day give you a write-up of things? So 1 bag 2. Look how big the bags are. Can you imagine how many pieces and how many bags? That is nuts. No way. No way. That would be. You would need a whole room just to put that together. But this is what it looks like from the back. Very, very impressive. But is there sets on show? This is what we want. It's this stuff. So there's a game out at this point. So we're looking at. So there's a little. Well, at least we found one. So it was the Clone Wars 3. So a couple of years off. But this is the sets that were out and about. So they've obviously redone the Jedi Starfighter. The Imperial Shuttle has been done plenty of times before as well. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so that was on the first page. I've never ever seen those. Never seen those before. We'll go back and have a quick look. That's all the bits and pieces that this thing does. And that is everything. So the set then is on this page just here. You know what's happening. You know what I've got to do. I've got to let pumpkin out. There they are. You got them all up there. You're happy. So you have got the Jedi. So I wonder how hard and how expensive these are. So it came out in 13. So there's 3 of them in 13. There's 69 pieces, and that's what you get. You get like a bauble type thing. Tolsbrick says it's the Planet Range Series 4. Yeah, Mad. So all the way back when. So they still throwing surprises at me. So there's what? 3 from 13. There's nothing on page 23. And then you've got another one there from 2013. There's 6, yeah. So has anybody actually got any of these? I think Jay needs them in his collection. He's a diorama fan. There's loads of them. Yeah, it looks like there's tons. Tons and tons and tons of them. Right, so that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be hopping between all the video games that are available. So that's 05. So I won't look for other sets for the Star Wars stuff because obviously there's so many Star Wars games. So otherwise we'll be here literally until tomorrow morning. But with regards to the next one that came out, it was in the Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This is the one that Luke's got a random schlong. I'm not 100% sure what Luke is very, very happy to see his sister for. Don't understand that at all. But you have got massive graphic upgrades as you go through. So has anybody played the original Star Wars stuff? Who's me? So this is out in 06, September the 11th, and it's a Darth Vader's pursuit of Princess Leia. So, yeah, that is obviously, we covered that in depth yesterday as well. I will spend more time reading the ones that we didn't actually get to yesterday. And then obviously we'll be looking at all of the sets, because what I want to do is I want to do a deep dive into I want to take a good look at all of the Indiana Jones sets. I want to take a good look at all of the Hobbit stuff and all the Lord of the Rings and all that kind of thing as well. So let's quick look at this one. So this one came out. So this is the one with Leia in the bikini by the looks of it. This is 07. So it's the 6th of November, and it was the Xbox 360, the PS3, the Wii, and the Nintendo DS is what that one was for. And that is the same year then as the cheese. So what we will also do is, if we go back to this, I want to click on the cloud because I want to see if there is any other sets and if it shows off any other sets at this time. And then we'll move off Star Wars and jump straight onto Indiana Jones. Never played a Lego game. No, I've played a couple. I have played a couple, but I've not gone massive deep dive as the amount that there is on the screen. Because that's taking forever to load. There is tons of these games, though, isn't there? Tons and tons of them. But the original Indiana Jones stuff, I'm intrigued to see because there's lots of sets. There is lots and lots of sets available. Yeah, so you've got all of this. You've got all this really nice artwork. So I've never seen the instruction booklet to this. Obviously, not actually having the set, but population 5.5 million, diameter at 6.2 kilometers, and it is the gas mining processing. Does look pretty cool though, doesn't it? So it's this thing just here. So I wonder if they would redo this ever again, because this is the one that's worth quite a lot of money now, isn't it? So I don't know if anybody has this or how much the actual minifigures and things are worth. But it's yeah, look at the artwork and everything on this. So this is just another thing that's quite nice to do, just to take a look at some of the sets that never going to be able to actually afford or backtrack or be able to do different bits and pieces with it. But you can see also how young the designers are, because some of them are the same designers still now. So it's almost like a time capsule for parts usage and everything else that's going on. There you've got the graphics designer. Yeah, look at the nice artwork on that. So wonder how many of you are Star Wars fans. Right, Pumpkin wants now. She finally wants to go up. You would be naughty. Yeah, so there's what fair few different bits, but that's all of that. So now the sets are going to be at the back of the instruction booklet, if they did anything. So what else came out of the Cloud City? Have a look. Let's have a look. Because it's a big old encyclopedia, isn't it? This website. Still remember that wind-up minifigure on the back of all these instruction booklets. I still remember seeing them all. So that's your minifigure selection from this. Smudgino following. Smudgino wants to go up as well. There we go. They were both asleep, so I've only annoyed them from speaking. So yeah, that's all of your minifigure selection. That's all of the different bits and pieces that's going on. So there's nothing. They're not showing anything on this one. So they didn't want to know and they didn't care. Right, let's shut that down. So this is where we're going to now. This is where it's going to get interesting now, because I don't think I have looked properly at all of the Indiana Jones sets that they've ever done. And I wonder, because it's pictured, if they still have the SKU number or the instructions for the track, because obviously that was one that's one that got banned and didn't get done 24. So I was hoping they were going to do that, but they didn't. So you've got the Xbox 360, the Wii, Nintendo DS, PS2, PS3, and PSP. So you can see how it's getting more and more as it goes. But Indiana Jones, if I type that in, which I've never done on the Lego website, let's get it back to the instructions. What is going to be on show and how can we find them? Wow, there's loads and loads. Right, what do you want to take a look at? So the sets are from 08. You've got the Crystal Skull, the Jungle Cutter. I mean, look at them. So I'll type in the SKU codes individually and just see if they pop up. But something like this, the big Temple of Crystal, I would imagine if I downloaded the instructions, it should have all of the other sets in it. So we could try that. We could try that first. We'll try the second booklet. So has anybody got this? Did anybody pick this up? Because I do like when they did the track kind of thing, because they were always saved to put on a table and they never rolled off. But we're starting on bag 4 by the looks of it. So all the way to the back, we are at the Bionicle stage. Look, there's the Bionicle stuff. There's your Lego Club with the Lego World magazine. All the other little bits and pieces. Right, so that is that all they're going to show us? No, they are going to show, okay. They're going to show us some stuff, so let's pay attention to all of these then. So this is what was out around by the time of the game, I think. Oh, hang on. We've got a code here where you're surfing the toilet, I would imagine. So does that mean you've made a mess around or not? So Ultra Brick says I have the only have the recent Indiana Jones. I've got a couple of them, but I didn't realize there was this many of them. And I think they look pretty. To be fair, I think they look pretty cool. So this one is item number 7627, and then the next one is 7626. That's a huge looking thing, that is. Because these won't be on the website. This is why I'm doing it this way. So if I type in the box, you're not going to see them. So this is the only way that we can sort of track them down and just see what all of these are, about. Then you got the car of the croc, which is 7625. Because you do get all of the different minifigures with it. I think Sean's now just telling everybody he's now got splashback, is what that means. I think he's he's ended up destroying the toilet. But I wonder if that boat floats. And then this is the time they did all the fabric tents as well, isn't it? That's at the time they did all of those. Anything else? Right. So this is in conjunction with, look, when all of these were out. So also available is the Star Wars Complete Saga game. So they did mix and match everything. And coming in 08, here we are. So we are on target with it. They did do, this is exactly what I wanted to check. They did do the sets along with this. So that is your Indiana Jones game coming through. There it is. So they had all the marketing, all the advertisement, and then that is what that was. So what else? Because that wasn't obviously all of them. So what else was there? Shut that down. That was the year of 08. And then the Shanghai Chase was 09. So that's the newer one. So we didn't see the motorcycle. Oh, we did see the bikes. So we didn't see the Race for the Stolen Treasure. We didn't see the Shanghai Chase. I can't see the... Oh, there it is. Temple of Doom. I didn't... Oh, to be honest, just thought they would got rid of this. I didn't think this would be on the website at all. So what else is there? Because the new one was rumored to be a massive roller coaster track, wasn't it? That's what it was rumored to be. Sean celebrating his flashbacks and backflash. So does anybody have this at all? Did anybody manage to get this set, or is it just very much a case of it's just one of those that got away from everybody that was hoping that it would come out? I am still here, by the way. I'm just trying to reach and grab something. Yeah, because I wonder how much this is now, because this is what, 652 pieces. But look at this. So the artwork on this, 7199. This is the set I was hoping that they were going to redo, and they just never did they? They just never jumped back around to it. They never got involved with doing it again, which is just, it's a shame. It's a shame. It would have been very good if they did, but no. Yeah, that is your Temple of Doom. There's not much to it, is there, really? God, the instructions wouldn't be fun to do. Look how painful that would be to do. It looks like they've literally scanned them on, doesn't it? That's what they've done. Some poor buggers had to scan them on individually as a PDF. Right, so again, same time, so we've seen that police vehicle. Got all the different ones. We can mail it to all the different countries around the world. Here we go. So this is the other. I know this plane set's very expensive. I've never seen, like, I've seen the box artwork, but I've never actually seen them. Never actually seen them built up. But obviously, they did their own adventure line, didn't they? As we know. But the Indiana Jones stuff, it is pretty cool looking. But if you were to try and backtrack any of these now, they would be really very difficult to really very difficult to find. Yeah, IJ planes are decent. Yeah, they are. They look nice. We're not too sure if Sean is still riding that wave or if he's just sort of been cleaned himself with a bit of backsplash or what's going on. But hopefully everything's all right over his end. Again, the minifigure print on this looks quite smart from way back when. It looks like you've got the guy doing I'm assuming that is the blow dart rather than something else. And you've got Indy with a completely different face print. I do like the motorcycles from back then because they were like all the different sort of arches and the fenders and all that kind of stuff. It was just at the time where it was a hybrid of older pieces and then the newer wheels. And then all of a sudden they sort of had a fetish of, can you remember these? Went to those trikes where the Lego City stuff was all like one plastic mold trike that they were always doing. And then, yeah, it sort of just, the bikes just fell by the wayside because the older police bikes were nice. And then they sort of got a little bit more exotic like this. And then, yeah, it all sort of fell through. And then you've got 7195. Oh, I had no idea they had done that set. That's just see, Lego had a sense of humor back in the day. I had no idea they did this. Because I bet that one sold quite well, actually. 7195. Let's have a bit of research. Actually, how I go 7195. How expensive is that? So that little set, the first one that I've seen on eBay, is £142. There you go. £142 if you want that. So that is somebody's grail. You're getting 4 minifigures, a tiny little cart, and a bit of gold. But it is yours for £42.40. I bet when that came out, that was what? Less than £10, I would imagine. If you guys and girls want to let me know in the chat how much some of these other sets are, then obviously please let me know, because that it's scary when you start to actually look at some of these older sets, because what is this doing? What is the look at how terrifying is that? Is that potentially the worst print you have ever seen? So it is 7199. $516, 618, 342 built, 250 built, and 325. And that's just, I'm just literally not clicking on anything. That is literally what is just popping up at the top. It's £60 just for 3 minifigures if you wanted them. So it's safe to say that the Indiana Jones is expensive. And this set, which should have been redone, clearly isn't. And it's, what is that? 7683. What a cool looking plane that is. Not as many as there's none popped up on the same way I've been doing that search. So obviously this is a lot more harder to find. Obviously it'd be on Rebrickable and things. The actual glass cockpit is £20. The minifigures are expensive. There's one built for 250. That's a lot of money. So you can get that built for 250. I still can't believe, obviously that's madness if you think that's more expensive than Rivendell, to put it into perspective, but how expensive this thing is. So somebody somewhere has probably got this in their attic, in the box, and have no idea whatsoever that this is actually a thing. So that's, we've got more. So the car chase, I know that's expensive, but it's these face prints are really weird. I wonder what technology they used at the time to sort of make them that creepy. That's really, really creepy. Well, the problem is they've got, I guess, isn't it? As we all know, is that they can only make a certain amount of sets, and they had so much there was so much hype about them bringing these new sets back, and then when they didn't do the main set, it put everybody off the rest of the line. But the actual other sets were good. But I think what didn't help is that the latest film was also an absolute steaming pile of turd, and it's just not helped anything at all. But the illustration in the instruction booklet looks fantastic. So that's how the instruction booklets used to be. They used to give you every single set that was out and available at that time. And there's still lots of, you can see there's lots of them. So you got all of them from 08, you got all of them from 09. I didn't realize the see, very similar with regards to the ball, and you got the ball on this bit as well. Then you got lots of others that are in there. But you can see how much more. Look how much better that is compared to that. They could have just redone all of them. They could have just redone the first film, the second film, and the third film, and they could have done that every 2 years if they wanted to, and they could have kept Indiana Jones on the shelf for 6. But they didn't. They just cut them, didn't they? Because I don't know why they did that. Why didn't they carry on? I thought that they were selling well, but clearly something didn't quite go right. But they've done lots of them. Well, that's a lie. They haven't done lots of them. They've done a page worth of them. So what is the next game on the list? So I wonder how popular that game actually was when it came out at the time. Right, so you've got Batman. So we need to look at some Batman sets from the year then. So what year did this come out? This came out in 08. So is that going to be around by the Dick poll? Is 08 Dick poll? So Become the Dark Knight. So we're looking for Batman in 08. What are they going to give us? You can see there's a lot of Batman stuff. There's 11 pages worth, but if we go all the way to the end, for whatever reason, they're not in year order. I don't know if you can actually search them in year order. Oh, wait, there's one, not helpful. Starter pack PlayStation 4, apparently. I need a bigger set from 08. Oh, they've got of course, that's from the new polybag, isn't it? So the polybags are now out and available. If you can pick one of those up. Different version there, look, of Penguin and Harley Quinn from 2001. Arkham was 13. Got to be an older Arkham than that. 17. That's what I want. I want an older Arkham. 25. Oh, 06. Look at, there you go, that'll do. We'll go for that. When did this one come out? Oh, 08. So we're 2 years off. But this is a very, very, very expensive Arkham, I do believe. I am lost with what that's all about. 1 of 0, 2 of 0. We'll go for this then, shall we? Is this part 2 or part 1? Book 2. Anybody seen this before? This is a trip down memory lane. That is a spooky. What is it? 7785. So the Scarecrow minifigure just from this set is £170. Just I can't. Was that really the right one? I don't know if that's the right suit. There's like something for £170, but I don't know if they got the right SKU number. What other sets were out at the time? Well, I have never ever seen that before either. That's a nice looking thing. 7784 from 2006. Now, apparently, the most recent film is awful for Indiana Jones, and it killed it. But I haven't seen some of these sets ever. But that's all they show. I have to download the other instruction book. Is there other bit? Oh, there is. Oh, hang on. So what else is included with this then? So you've got the Penguin, Robin. There's a Mr. Freeze. I assume that's supposed to be Alfred. I've not seen this either. So this is around about the time the game was out. But there you go. Look at all the amazing artwork that they've done with all of these. Because there's a different car, some length. You've got some hovercraft boats. You've got the Joker with a completely different hairpiece on that one. You've got the Joker helicopter. You got. Look at that. Is this new to people, or am I just so slow? I've just never seen these things before. I always find this stuff fascinating. So we see how I spend my time. I am the most boring human being there is. But they would never do this. Because we've just seen the new Arkham. And the new Arkham is nothing like this at all. So it's got a full-blown cartoon that we're watching in reverse, obviously. But this set, how much actually is the set? If the minifigure's that expensive, no, I can't even find it. I can't see one of these sets for sale. That's how old it is. No, I can't find it. I'm trying to do a little bit of research in the background, and I cannot see that at all. So there's Arkham with the bike. It's simple the builds are, because that would have been a full chassis that they would have done. That you then put the wheel, because you would have either just had it with the wheel arches on and popped the wheels on, because all the pieces were massive around this time. They changed it ever so slightly with the molds and things, didn't they? This is around the years where it all kind of started to fall apart, and the Lego Group started to run out of a little bit of money, and then all of a sudden it all came back together. But they've had Batman for a long time, and they haven't for this whole time done anything with DC. I will have to do a deep dive into the DC minifigures that they've actually done using the instructions. We can actually have a look at the DC stuff at some point, because if they've been doing Batman for this long, you would have thought that they would have given us something else. But that is a very, very old Arkham Asylum. And just think how far they've come from now. Because I do like the poison ivy bit at the front. I think that's pretty cool. That is obviously a print as well, not a sticker. And then it looks like each one just is its own separate thing. It's almost like a Harry Potter-esque type thing, isn't it? Just slightly different. Sean, I'm getting a bit worried about you. Are you still riding the wave, or have you actually crawled off? You've done a J and just gone extremely gone extremely quiet after having an accident. So hopefully everything is good. Right, so we are going back to the games. Closing that down, closing that down. And we are looking at the poll. So, what rabbit hole is best to fall down? And we have got 12 votes at the moment. Medieval is at 33%. The Pokemon's at 17. Star Trek's at 17. And there's 33% that say other. Obviously, just comment what you think is the best thing to fall down. Everybody that has liked the video so far as well, thank you very much indeed. Because, of course, well, it helps with the algorithm. So that's always good fun. So thank you very much for that. Right, we'll carry on with this. So we are moving on to, what's the next set that we have to look at? Battles. What can we cover with battles? We could look at space, because we've got. Okay, well, could we look at medieval? Is there a medieval game? If there's not, we'll do the medieval, because the pirates. There's a game for pirates, isn't there? But it's Pirates of the Caribbean, so we can just literally look at pirates. But is there battles? There's nothing for. There's Chima, Hobbit, Dimension. Yeah, so yeah, we still got tons and tons to get through. Right. What is the original? I'll have a look at what the castles are then on here. Right, so with regards to battles, this came out in the DS. It was an exclusive to the DS, and it came out in 2009. So what Lego set for castles were out in 2009? Was there any? All right, so these are all of the castles. Oh, wasn't far off. There's one there from 2010, so we might just go straight to that one. In fact, we will. What is this? Oh, of course they did a Prince of Persia line, didn't they? Another Disney product that I completely forgot they did this. So this is 75373. You got yourself a nice big camel if you wanted a camel for whatever reason. 9 times out of 10, the bag booklet 1 doesn't have any of the sets in. It's normally in 2, but I'm probably going to be missing some. Oh, there we go. You've got the full wave. So it comes with a light up brick. It's got copyright from 2010. Sands of Time. I've never even heard of the film. Is it that bad? There we go. Prince of Persia sets don't look that bad. I've never heard of it. Is it just a group of 5? It is, right. Hang on. Let me get these up. So you've got 7569. 75. What are they riding? 7570. How much is that? Hang on. There's a bundle on eBay for 410. I can't find the ostriches. Oh, I found one. There's an ostrich for £13.82 if you want from this set. So if you want to get yourself an ostrich, you can get this ostrich, and it costs you £13. And then you have got whatever they're all supposed to be. Yeah. Well, I'm learning. Well, I'm not actually thinking of spending anything, so that's fine by me. But I'm sure some of you have got these just lying around in your back locker, and you probably don't even know that you probably don't know that you have, right? Because it's going to take forever. I think what we'll do is we will pick 3 that we can guarantee that we're going to get done. Because I want to look at the Pirates of the Caribbean, all the older stuff. We'll look at the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit. Chima is what I want to take a look at as well. And then from up there, and Incredibles. Because we've done the Star Wars stuff already. We've done all the DC stuff already. The Lego Movie 2, we get time I can have a look at. But the Incredibles, I want to have a look at because the minifigures are good. So that's 1. Coming down, Dimensions is 2, because obviously they're good minifigures as well. We'll do Hobbit is 3. Chima is 4. Lord of the Rings is 5. Pirates of the Caribbean is 6. So we'll go for those 6, if everybody's all right with that. And then if we get time, we'll go through all of the others. Because again, some of the original Pirates of the Caribbean stuff, obviously it's current now, but the older stuff, they did loads of stuff with, didn't they? Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit, that range deserves some time. Yes, yeah, we'll definitely get on those. So yeah, we're sort of all on the same wavelength for that. So we'll start with the Pirates of the Caribbean and shoot up, and then we now know if we're going to do those 5, we'll be done within about an hour or so, won't we? So, and then it will just be a party after that, depending on what it is. So, Pirates of the Caribbean, 011 it came out, but we can't really pick a set from 011 because, well, I think Pirates of the Caribbean it was out for a year or two with one of the 2 of the films, and then it was a huge gap, wasn't it? So let's have a look at Pirates. Pirates. Let's have a look. How many pages of Pirates are there for a start? Too many. Right, Pirates of the Caribbean, we'll go for them. I'm going to copy. I'm spelling it wrong because I'm an idiot. And we'll try that again. We will try that again. Right, finally. Sorry about that. Right, so Pirates of the Caribbean. I've seen the Silent Mary in store. I actually had the opportunity to get that, so I'll definitely click on that one. We know that the new Jack Sparrow is a lot bigger than the old one. You got the brick bounty from 2015. Don't even think I've heard that name before. So even though I've typed in Pirates of the Caribbean, it's just giving us a selected few. There was more than this, wasn't there? Have a look at the Silent Mary, and we'll see what that gives us. I thought there was a couple of other boats. We'll go to the Lord of the Rings after this. We'll do Lord of the Rings and Hobbit next, and then we'll go on to the lesser known ones after. So Pirates of the Caribbean and Denban, the No Tales. They've got a nice write-up of all of them. The minifigure prints are good. You get a lot of them as well, don't you? That one looks like you get dual. Oh no, you get 2 separate figures. It does look impressive. It won't. I don't think this will scale with the new Black Pearl, and I'm assuming this is what people think that they might going to redo. Because if they redo this, would you buy it? I suppose that's the question. But there's your pirates. Right, so you've got a shark that flops upside down. No sets. It's not showing us any other sets from that. So we'll skip that and we'll go straight to Lord of the Rings. Or what came out first, Lord of the Rings or Hobbit? Lord of the Rings. Right, Lord of your Ring. How many people are excited about the older Lord of the Rings? Is there older Lord of the Rings or was it Hobbit? I'll soon find out. So based on the Lord of the Rings motion picture trilogy, the Lord of the Rings takes place through the epic adventure and the classic story reimaged with humour and endless Lego play. And there is that. So this came out in 2012. Available on DS, Wii, 360, PS3, PSP, and Wii U. What was the Wii U? Maybe remember what the Wii U is? Right, I've just done something stupid, so bear with me. I've just shut down the wrong tab, as you do. Instructions, there we go. Lord of the Ring. Doesn't like the abbreviation. Right, what do they have for Lord of the Rings? Oh, they have. Yes, they have. Okay. Oh, yes, they redid the jobby for the Shire, didn't they? So this is where my knowledge is. So, anybody, did you get the Foul Beast? Because if you didn't, that's how big it is. And I would laugh and love it if they actually redid this. And I think this is because this is what we were talking about before. I wonder if they are going to redo this. So if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, tuck in now and let me know what you think. Do you have this? Are you a fan of the eyeball? I've got a Wii U. I've never heard of it. I had a Wii, but not a Wii U. So I don't know what the Wii U is. That's embarrassing. I literally just kicked myself out of the actual thing. Let me reset all of that back up. That went well. I was on the wrong tab. I went back and I was like, oh no, I've just kicked myself off the live stream. Not the finest of things to do. So let's get this back up on the screen. There we go. And then I'll get my noggin back down there and we're alive again. So this is whatever this is. Right, there we go. I think the wings are on the ball and the minifigure torso are in the pad for the Foul Beast. So you can make it. Are they really? Now I heard the torso was, but I didn't know about the wings. I'll tell you what, if that's the case, then I could just add that to my eyeball, couldn't I? That would be I didn't know that. I did not know that. They are starting to do that a little bit more, though, aren't they? Where the piece, because the pieces aren't exclusive, it just depends if you want it sealed. Why people would want that, I don't know. But right, so now I'm on the right tab. I can actually go back. Right, so how many Lord of the Rings? The hell is that? What? I'm lost. That's obviously not Lord of the Rings, is it? Ninth Kingdom, of course. What a theme that was. That's a completely different thing. All right. So we have got Battle of Helm's Deep, which is what we download. We've got the Council of Endron. And then we've got a random Star-Lord brickhead smack in the middle. Riddles for the Ring, apparently, in the middle. Came out in 2012. Right, let's take a look at the Battle of Helm's Deep. What is this? Is it a board game? Oh, it is a board game. Well, it's a game. So this is 511. You had tiles for the dice, look. Not stickers, tiles. And then what? So that was the part of the game with the Hobbit. Chima had a game at the same time. Look, it was 10 to 20-minute rounds, 2 to 3 player games. You had a Lego.com Lord of Your Ring. Again, that's when they're doing all this weird mobile technology stuff, which just didn't really last. Well, no, that was a fail. That was a complete fail. So what's the... Oh, of course, the Tower of Orthanc. That's got to have something in, isn't it? We'll go for 3. We'll go for length 3, because this is really tall, this thing, isn't it? Do you think that they'll ever redo this as well? Yeah, that's it. No, it's not a playset. It was just a weird game, wasn't it? You had to, on your mobile app. I suppose that's just a... They went through weird phases, didn't they, way back when, to do these kind of things. But there's your tree, if you wanted your tree. But what else came out? Continue the adventure with the Hobbit. That's what we've just looked at, Lego games. So that was a 15 to 35-minute game, 2 to 4 player. There you go. That's the kind of minifigures that you want. So there's your Lord of the Rings game. And these are the sets. Well, has anybody got the boat? 79008. How much is that going for? The boat, without even looking, used 130 quid. And that's, I'm not clicking on anything else. I'm literally just typing it in, and whatever it comes up across the top. No, I don't think they will. I think, well, if they're just going to stick to what they're doing and making you one massive thing a year, then you are spoiled. But clearly, oh, there we go. Look, you could have done it. You needed 2 of them for this, for the wall. And they knew you did as well, because you could have just built it the opposite way. Ah, I didn't realize that. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. So again, they could do something like this again. This they obviously won't do again, because they've already put this. Even I know that this is part of the Rivendell set, but look how small this thing is compared to the new Rivendell. That's nuts. And then what else have you got? You've got, oh, that's not going to be cheap, is it? You just know 79005. If anything, going by the Indiana Jones. So 79775. 79005. Idiot. Nope. Amazon, it's £174 if you want it on Amazon. £90 on eBay. £103.89. That's all the bits that came up across the top. So if you have this, which is probably a handful of pieces without even looking at it, it is a lot of money. And I'm assuming the price is just in what it actually is. So this set includes all of these characters. So if you need an eagle, or you need any of the others, because even Aragon's got different print to Rivendell, I think. And there's your Mouth of Sauron. So the Mouth of Sauron's a redo. Never seen this before. Is this the every single figure they did? It is, yeah. Okay, so here we go. So we can actually have a look at where the minifigures came in through. A Lord of the Rings wave would be really nice, but one big set a year is a good compromise. Yeah, that's it. That is a fair one. So I didn't know this is something that they used to do way back when. So if you need to write down any of the numbers that are underneath the minifigures, those numbers obviously represent what set they're from. So you've got Gandalf the Grey, then you've got Saruman, you've got Mordor, you've got Warmington, you've got Elrond. So that's those 5. And you can get the Great Eagle from set 010237. So it's amazing what they used to do with, because they're never ever going to do something like this again, like a minifigure back catalogue of stuff, are they? They just never are. But yeah, I'm quite surprised. I'll just leave that on the screen for a couple of seconds and I'll just go back to the poll. So the poll, 13 votes in, 38 for Medieval, 15 for Pokemon, 15 for Star Trek, 31 for something else. Yeah, some nice. So has any of you got any of these minifigures at all? That's the question, because these look, we come down to the next run of them. So you got King of the Dead, you got Frodo with his ring, you got a Soldier of the Dead. That's a nice handprint on the shield and on the helmet as well, isn't it? But yeah, we're saying that a Lord of the Rings wave would be nice, but one really big set is a good compromise. Yeah, it is. That is very, very true. That is very, very true. 3, 2, 1. Welcome. I can see everybody in the background. And I was just thinking to myself, is everybody been eating? Because I know you lot were all thinking of getting munch. I have literally had cheesy beans and some waffles, and 3, 2, 1 has just come in out of nowhere going, caved. Just been and got myself a KFC. Oh, see. Oh, no. Oh, my cheesy beans just don't hold up on a Saturday night. It's all right during the week, but when you lot tell me all of your exoticness that you eat on a Friday and Saturday, I need to up my game. So Ultra Brick says, I've got none of the old Lord of the Rings figs. Nice range though. It is indeed by the looks of this, yeah. So if you wanted to try and backtrack any of these characters, you can pick them up if you need to. I mean, they're not going to be cheap, but you could if you really wanted to pick some of these up. But yeah, I remember I have seen something like this in past, but not this detail. I don't think I've ever seen it this detailed like they've done with the Lord of the Ring. Oh, of course. Got carried away with the Falcon, did 2 bags and forgot to cook. Well, it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. So as long as as long as you're eating now, it doesn't really make too much. So the big question is, what did you get yourself from KFC? And does anybody want a Great Eagle? Because it looks like the Great Eagle comes in more than one set. Another Dead Shoulder in a different set. Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, so that's some nice Lord of the Rings stuff. So the next thing is there anything else from different years, or are we going to be jumping straight to the Hobbit? Because what was the year that we just clicked on that in 2013. I think that's it, is it? Is it just 2013, 2012, 2013 for those sets? I think so. That's all different random stuff. Randomly that we've got a Ninjago dragon in Lord of the Rings. But the next game that we're going to look at is obviously going to be the Hobbit, which is up a little bit higher. So the Hobbit sets are a little bit newer, and then we'll come back down to Chima and some of the other ones, and the Dimensions, Chima and Dimensions. But the Hobbit, we didn't get this high up last time, did we? So now this is new territory for us now. So the Hobbit, this was released in 2014. It was PS3, PS4, PS Vita, 360, Xbox One, DS, 3DS, and a Wii yourself. Along the way, Wii yourself, sorry, let me chuckle. Along the way, you're taking Middle-earth locations, including Bag End. It's too late for these jokes. And also the Misty Mountains of Goblin Town and Mirkwood. And you've got the blind person's writing on the left-hand side, which you can read. And then there's all the other little bits and pieces on the right-hand side as well. So 2014 was the Hobbit stuff. So, what sets were out for The Hobbit? And the question is, do you have them? Right. So it looks like it's just the Shire and the Gandalf arrives, and you got this random spider. But if we go through with this, and it should show us if there was anything else. So you can see that the new Shire has had a huge upgrade. We've had a 3-piece a mini fillet meal and 2 hot wings. You are living the dream. And Ultrabrick says a Lord of the Rings battle pack would be good. Yeah, because what would you for what set would you like the battle pack for? You just going for like the main battle with the eyeball, or are you just going for like random headless dragons and all that kind of thing? Right, we are on this one, aren't we? Bag 3. So what else was out with this? There's your Hobbit stuff. Obviously, there's your game. So that's another 2 to 4 player, 15 to 25 minutes. Good evening, Lego King. How are we? How are we? Good evening to you. We are literally looking at the old Lego games and then seeing what sets came out alongside them. So we've just done Lord of the Rings, and now we're having a quick look at the Hobbit. So we've just downloaded the instruction manual for the original Shire, and this is all the stuff that was about in 2012. So there's your Hobbit, there's your game. The quest of the Fellowship continues in 2013 for the Lego Ring. So 321 says Lord of the Rings Battle Pack is really good. Could have done elves, dwarves, orcs, and many men, or orcs and men, etc. Many men. So start singing 50 Cent song now. But yeah, it's they got loads of options to do these things. It just depends if they ever will. Because I think if they do, they'll just sell. They'll just sell out very, very, very quickly. It does seem to be that they don't have the same sort of tax as Star Wars, so you might get more figures for less price. Right, so this is far from that then. So that weird looking spider that comes with 4 minifigures is item number 79001. 79001. And that is currently, without even trying to look for it, on eBay 120, 124, 105. Built 75, 71. 89. Yeah, so all of the Hobbit stuff is going for a huge amount of money, and that doesn't exactly look like it's got a lot of pieces. So we've seen some rather expensive sets this evening. Then we have got this one, which is 7900. Any guesses for what a 50 brick set is going to be going for? 2 minifigures, about 50 pieces. Amazon, it is £75, and it is 105 pieces. 105 pieces. So that is it. So it is Riddles for the Ring, is what this is from. Yeah. Now, ever seen the box artwork to that? That's a new one for me. Back to the instruction manual. So what else is on show? So it's a big one. 79010. 79. I wonder if I can type that in on the Lego website. Would it work? Probably not, but we'll see. Is that going to work? 79010. No, it's too old. So how much is that set? How much is this? Ouch. So you're looking at 300, 320, 315, 250 ish. Again, that's not Bricklink. So it's the Goblet King battle set, apparently, is what it is. It is this. So this is what you are, well, what we're trying to look at. I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's another new one to me. There's a lot of minifigures about that a lot of people don't know about, and there's loads of them in here. And of course, we were looking at minifigures before from the other sets that we've already covered from the different games and things, and they're very, very, very expensive. Very expensive. But I use Bricklink for better pictures as and when I can as well. But yeah, there's some expensive. There's loads of them. Right, what's the next one? 79004. So that's called the Barrel Escape. It is whatever this is. That's another 4 or 5 minifigures. That's the box artwork. There you go. So it's 334 pieces. I didn't realize the Hobbit line was so strong. Great figs in that set. Yeah, there's been some really nice figures in some of these boxes. Lego King says 800 for one of them. Size of that axe, I know. There's some length in all of this stuff going on, isn't there? Jesus. There's some big axes up at the top as well on this one. But yeah, there's some nice figs going on. And he's got his axes are massive. Look at it. Oh, they do change them. Size that axe. Yeah, I know. There is some nice figures with this. Really, really nice figures with it. But the question is, do any of you own any of these figures? That's the thing. Because I bet they are worth an absolute fortune. It's just scary, isn't it? How these sets have passed people by with how much these are, and then all of a sudden people are like, oh, they're not as expensive as I thought they were going to be, and then all of a sudden they're much more expensive. It's just like it is mad. But yeah, there's a lot of figures. I think people might want to try and backtrack from some of these Hobbit sets, but I think the box artwork looks very, very nice. Bearing in mind, we're finding all of these sets out from just clicking on the Shire. And this is why I get really annoyed with the Lego group now, because we can't do that with the more modern sets because they don't bother putting any of them in. So unless you knew what came out or you had an actual written knowledge of what they are, this way, you guys now might go, oh, actually, I like the look of that set, so I might now try and do it. And it's just endless marketing for them, isn't it? Oh, they've given us a whole. Hang on, I'll go top to bottom again. Hang on. Right, so they've done the same thing with this. So they've given us every single minifigure from The Hobbit. So get your pens and papers out. I'll leave this on the screen and catch up with the chat. These are the first few to take a look at. So you've got the. I zoom in a little bit for you like that. You should be able to see them a little bit easier. So you've got Bilbo Baggins, 79004. You've got the Goblin Soldier, you've got the Dwarf, you've got another Soldier, and then you've got another Dwarf. Each one is different numbers. So 79010 for the top 4, and then the next 3 are different sets again. that is, yes, well, yeah. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, or if you want to write any of these down, then obviously feel free, because this is where you can get all of your minifigure information from. And we'll stop it just there so you can see the next thing. Because I've got a funny feeling that big, massive figure would be huge. Goblin Soldier. How much is a Goblin Soldier, everybody? Goblin Soldier. There's none on Bricklink by the looks of it. Oh, there is. Hang on. The one that's on, so it's £16 for this. Is that the one that you're after? So it's £16 on Bricklink is what this one is. Get a little bit closer. And that's what the print looks like on that minifigure for you. So I don't know what it'd be on eBay. And to be fair, I would imagine they're getting quite hard to find now with regards to just. There you go. That's the one that Lego King was after. So with regards to actually just picking them up, but I wonder how expensive this massive big figure is that's coming down now, because this thing, look at the size of it, is enormous. The Goblin King. I wonder how much the Goblin King is. No. Ooh. Ah, there we go. Found it. So the Goblin King was only out for 1 year. It was released in 2012 and apparently retired in 2012. And they're ranging anywhere from 26 to 31 without doing too much deep diving on Bricklink, supposedly. So, and then you've got Gandalf and Dwarf, and then we're moving on to the next page. So that's the next lot to take a look at. So eBay, the goblins are 24. You're best off getting them from Bricklink then. Nice, I like that. Total Finland, good evening to you. So I just started my Spaceport mock. Those Octan minifigures are my astronauts, the Octan Energy Space Faction. That is a cracking idea. So have you given them all same coloured helmets? Because are they the green Octan, like torsos with the red and green emblem on the side? And there is some exciting news, by the way, people. I will actually, you've just reminded me, Turtle Finland, so stick around. Hang on, I just need to find it. Let me see if I can find it for a start. Because Legoland California has opened up a brand new roller coaster for 2026, which is space themed, but it also has the first ever animatronics at a Legoland park ever. So let me just find it. Okay, look at that. You go, look. So this is a big deal that they're making about this. So the Ultimate Indoor Family Roller Coaster has now launched, and this is at the California Resort at Legoland. This is the stuff that I really enjoy sort of researching and doing stuff, but I just haven't been to any of the Legolands last year. So this is what normally I would be talking about rather than the Lego sets. But you've got all of all of the amazing bits and pieces internally. There's videos online now to see all these bits and pieces. You can see, I'm not going to play the videos and stuff, but it's just a small little roller coaster internally. But the sets are all of the space stuff with the bits and pieces, which is great. And of course, you can then do all your hotels and bits. But yeah, it has the first ever animatronics. I think that's a pretty cool. And it opens on March 6th, 2026. So if you want to book your tickets and get over to Legoland, California, you can do, and you can have a lovely, lovely time. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been meaning to show people this. I completely forgot all about it. But there we are. Right, let's go back over to this, and then I'll carry on with the chat and see where we're at. There we go. They are blue, right. You can get a Goblin Queen for $5 a pop. There you go, says Ryan. Spaceport will also be in those colours. They are blue, red, and white, but not okay. But the Space Energy, I like that. No, that's a good idea, Turtlefin. Well done for that. That looked really nice, because the Octan stuff has been around for ages, so you can get some really older bits and pieces. But yeah, going back to these. Carrying on with these minifigures, I've clicked the wrong thing. So you've got Bilbo, you've got all the others. You can see this again. He's got a huge axe, isn't he? He loves his length on that. And then, what is that? 79002. I wonder if that'll pop up on here. So Attack of the... That's what that is. That wolf thing, that's what this set's based from. So it's, what you got? 2 big werewolves, trees, stuff. So you think how much smaller sets that they did way back when, and obviously now they're just doing the much larger bits and pieces. But I'm sure you lot, because you're mental for this, you would have bought these all day long, I would have imagined. But the 002, they're all included within that set. Keeps going though. So does anybody own any of these minifigures at all? Or are you now thinking of getting any of these minifigures? I suppose that's the other way around of saying it, because they do look rather smart. But I'll keep us up to date, Turtle Finland, with how you're getting on with that, because I always like knowing what's going on with the mocks. Ryan, is any of your Willy Wonkas turned up yet? Because Ryan's doing a Willy Wonka mock for himself as well, which is good. Does it carry on? No, and then it just goes on to the sets that we've already seen. So that is, I think we've done all of the Lord of the Rings, old Lord of the Rings, and all of the old Hobbit. We've done the, let's just go through the ones that we've done. So we've got to do Dimension still. So we'll definitely do that. I want to do Chima, because that is a lost cause, Chima. But we'll do Chima now. So the figures from these are really good. And what you've got to remember is it was that big a deal that they opened up theme park lands at the Legoland parks as well. And it absolutely tanked, like beyond tanked. It just got all ripped out. It just didn't sell for whatever reason. I don't know. So I don't know if anybody of you have ever heard of Chima, but there's games. The fact that they did a game, all the Lego sets and a theme park all at the same time, released in 2013, and it just gained no traction whatsoever. So The Legends of Chima is a fantasy adventure set in a land inhabited by different magical animal tribes that tell the classic story of good and evil, friendship and family. I haven't actually seen the actual show, but I do have some of the figures, and the figures are half decent, to be fair. So we have a look at Chima, because I never I've never looked. Never ever looked like we've done now. So let's have a look, see, for Chima. Yeah, there's loads of them, look, see. So you have got small ones to big ones, 13, 15. It's, oh, hang on. Maybe that's why it didn't work very well. I see cards that have been added. You've got eagle stuff. You've got like different tribe. Like, I mean, they did obviously clearly did like battle packs of things. I mean, look at them. So I have some of those. I went to a store, just a random place that sold stuff. I have 22. Have you? When did they arrive? When did they arrive? I'm going to just re-look at your photo that you sent me yesterday. Oh, the scary one. I'm going to mock the picture you sent me to. I think that's a great idea. So you're going to go for a fantasy factory, are you? And then just basically turn it into the pits of evil. I think that would be brilliant if you did that. And we want complete progress as you go through. Everybody that's liked the video so far as well, guys, thank you very much indeed. I think they look very, very smart. Let me just double check the poll, and then I'll catch back up with the chat. So with regards to the poll, with 15 votes in, and it's 33% for Medieval, 13 for Pokemon, 27 for Star Trek, 27 for others. So we need to find a big Achima set so you can see the actual minifigures. I don't know if they did anything big. I haven't got a clue. Did they just do the 2 pages? They did. Is that all it lasted for? So it came out in 13 and it finished in 15. So in the space of 2 years, it tanked. I wonder why it just didn't do anything. Let's have a look at a set of instructions from 2014. That's one of the bigger ones that we can see. So we'll download this. I don't think these are worth anything whatsoever. So let's just scroll all the way down to the bottom. Is there anything that we can have a look at? So they did an online game. You could watch the cartoon. You could do different bits and pieces. There's all the sets. So they had all of those out as a wave, and it did absolutely sod all. Sod all. Lego UFO aliens. We can have a look, see at that. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, we'll do that at the end because it's not based on a game, but of course we can. We can do that at the end. It's a shame Lego don't do more of these big figs animals. Yeah, some of the fun options between Lord of the Rings. So yeah, exactly. They got the big molds that they could do. Are very, very, very nice, but they just don't tend to tuck them in. That's not bad. So are they obviously you're going all in on official Umpers then? So Ryan's going. So you will potentially then have like the largest Umper collection in the UK. How much bigger are you going to make this chocolate waterfall of yours, or are you just going to sort of keep it that size and just have every single thing walking around and filling it up? Legends of Chima. What I don't understand. I can't quite understand why it just didn't work. Maybe it was too early for its time, or just nobody cared. But I have you. I have you. I have you. All by mistake. I didn't know who any of these characters were. They're £1 each. I was like, oh, happy days. So can't go wrong with that. Now the next game. That's Chima, everybody, by the way. That is just a complete and utter wet fart of anything. Now, Lego Dimensions. I don't know if any of you have got Dimensions. I don't know if you know what Dimensions are, but there's quite a bit to pick from. So it was released in 2015 on the 27th of September. PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, and the Wii yourself. You've got the Batman Friends Gandalf Wild Style, Brave You Jump into a Vortex, blah, 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 blah. But the sets themselves are available on the Lego website, so I don't have to use the instructions. So we can have a bit of a better look at them, which is good. Lego Dimensions are these. So you have got Knight Rider 3-pack. You have got the A-Team. You've got Powder Puff Girls. You've got the Goldstein. You have got the Adventure Time team, another Adventure Time team. You've got the Lego Batman Movie Story Pack. You've got the Bane Fun Pack. You've got Beetlejuice. You've got the Teen Titans. And then you've got another fun pack. And you've got the Harry Potter fun pack. You've got the Excalibur Batman, Ghostbuster. That's the one on that's the female team, isn't it? You've got a random Zane thing. That minifigure does look smart, though. But if you wanted yourself a Hoff, you can officially have David Hasselhoff in minifigure form, official Lego. I've decided I hate Lego. Fair enough. So we're all in a counselling, and I'm sure you will feel that way until probably the next Insiders weekend, where you will crumble again and you'll go all in. I'm going to sell the waterfall on eBay as the Star Trek Pokemon Slurry and Sewage Factory. I'll tell you what, you'll probably get more money if you did that. I reckon you would get more money if you did that, to be fair. Now, I am a fan of Knight Rider, and I understand that it's obviously kit, and I understand that that's probably based on one of the juggernauts that beat Kit up, or its own juggernaut. But when did he ever get into a turbo jet and start flying around? So I've never played Dimensions, but I don't know if that is one car that you can do 3 different ways, or it's 3 individual things. Because it's the only one that shows 3. But on the front of the box, it's just kit. So I'm assuming it's just kit. But they could do that, actually. They could make Hoff and kit in a Speed Champions, and I think that would sell well, because obviously that would have done. It was after the DeLorean, but it could have done quite well. And again, they've just done a random A-Team. You got a random Mr. T. I know. There we go. That's it. Well, I know. I don't know what, and they haven't done one of these either, so I'm not too sure. Hi, my name's Sam, and I'm an addict. That's it. This stream is our counselling session. Ryan set everybody off now. It's like, it's okay, everybody. I am 17 days in, and I have not yet bought a set. So, well, actually, 17. I haven't bought any Lego for 15 days. I myself am 15 days clean into the new year. So I don't know. Ryan's probably doing better than me, because I don't think Ryan. No, Ryan's not doing better than me, because Ryan ordered his minifigures after myself. So I don't know who hasn't bought anything yet. But we will get through this tough. We'll get through this tough time of this sort of meeting of the bricks, and just see how we can get on. Now, own up. Does anybody have this? Now, I know this was a thing on Cartoon Network, but wasn't there more than one? Because hence why it says girls. So where is the other girls? And again, if you didn't realize, today is the day. It's the 15th anniversary of when Ninjago was first aired on Cartoon Network. So if you would like to watch the celebratory first episode of Ninjago, then obviously feel free. And you'll probably want to end up buying all the sets, so maybe not. See, Bane and his massive drill, they've done this in the bigger format. They've done that in like the big, like girthy drill, not like the little sort of cold, shriveled up one. They've actually done this as a bigger play set. And there's Bane looking all hench. So, yeah, they've done some, but they haven't done all of them. The box should be that big. It should be that big. Ultra Bricks is doing really well. Ultra Bricks is 16 days clean. So he had a stumble on the 1st of January and he's done well. I didn't get anything on the 1st of January, but I got my stuff on the 2nd of January and I've been clean. I've been clean since then. So no, that's good. I'm glad everybody's doing really, really well. You can keep fighting through January and just see how long you can get on there for. But after seeing these dimensions, you might want to start backtracking some of these minifigures. That's the thing. They're worthless though. They don't hold any value whatsoever. Because if I remember rightly, you needed these to play the game. I think. I don't know what it got stuck onto. Adventure Time? I have no idea what that is. No idea what that is. It's a thing, apparently, but I have not got a clue. So yeah, they did the game. They did this. They did Beetlejuice as well. And it just died a death. But that Beetlejuice does look pretty smart, to be fair. Good effort, Sean. Good effort. You've done well. Hold on. You can do it. I should see, just for stupidity, I should do a 306. I should do a video saying I'm not going to buy any Lego for 365 days, and just see how painful it is when I see these new sets that come out and be like, I can't get it. I can't get it. Save a lot of money though, wouldn't it? Just end up whinging so much, everybody just get bored with it. But yeah, there's your Beetlejuice. But they've done Teen Titans, Potter. Oh, there's a Powerpuff Girls team. I thought I saw it somewhere else. I'm assuming there's only 3 of them then. That's weird. There you go. I don't know how long that lasted. I don't know how long that was a thing. I'm sure there's some big Powderpuff fans about. Right, next one. What was the next one that we haven't? There's now we're into the sort of the realm of the ones that we didn't click on. Incredibles. That was the one that I wanted to look at because I know there's sets for these. So the Incredibles, when did that come out? That came out in 2018, so we're getting much newer now. So Xbox One, Xbox XS, PS5, 4, and the Switch is what this came out on. But what sets were there? I don't understand the website from time to time, to be honest. If I type in dimensions and it gives me every single retired dimension, then I type in Incredibles and it actually gave me the Avengers Tower. Like, why? Why are you doing that? So, let me find it this way. The Incredibles. What did they give us? There was sets. I'm sure there was sets. So 2018, 41613. They gave us 41613. So we had some brickheads. I'm sure I've seen more. I thought I've seen the figures. Oh, well, yeah, that's true. You have a incredible backlog, and a lot of you do have backlogs. I'm sat here on a floor thinking to myself, I've got nothing. I don't think I haven't. I'm at that stage now. I've got nothing sealed. It's all been built for entertainment purposes. I've got nothing nothing to build and enjoy and cherish and to look at going, oh, I'm looking forward, and I've just ripped it all open. Is there really only one? Because you've got the CMF. You've got the CMF minifigures here, which has, that's the character from The Incredibles at the back. So I know there's some other incredible characters, but I thought they did sets, but maybe they didn't. Oh well. That teaches me. I'm really genuinely. I thought they did. Hang on. Oh, they did. Good grief. They did the junior stuff, which isn't popping up for whatever reason. So The Incredibles, it's 10760. Or was that lied to me? No, there you go. So they have done them, but it was under Lego Juniors. That was under The Incredible 2. So I thought I knew I'd seen it. I thought it was going mental. So you can get all of the minifigures if required. So you can see that is the looks like it's a young version of Mum and Dad. And I'm sure it would have gone round about the time with the game. So yeah, if anybody's got any of these, then obviously let me know if you've got any of the minifigures or anything. Now, with regards to the poll, everybody's liked the video so far. Thank you very much. So poll now with 15 votes in. It's 33% for Medieval, 13 for Pokemon, 27 for Star Trek, which is now joint second, with 27% for other. So what's a rabbit hole? What rabbit hole is best? What you think would be a good thing to spend all of your money on? Yeah, what do you think would be a good one to spend all of your money on? But yeah, this set, obviously, it's just the easy to build big 4+. So it's the big frame, no stickers, nice and simple, nice and easy. But there is, I'm gonna have to look at the Lego Movie 2. There's tons of stuff for the Lego Movie 2. So Lego Movie 2 game, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, 26th of February. 2019. So Lego Movie 2. This is where the expensive minifigures are, don't forget. If I just type in Lego Movie 2, we should be in here somewhere. Yeah. So you've got the tribute. I actually picked this up. This is supposed to be a tribute to Stan Lee. This is actually based on the Gauntlet from Marvel. And that's basically their little Easter egg to it, and it has it's a clever set. But you have got the triple decker couch, which is this. Again, they just didn't do very well. The film was awful. Some of the sets are worth a lot of money, and some of the sets just aren't worth anything. Just not worth anything at all. So this is the first one, which is a triple decker couch. If you've got it, again, let us know. But it's yeah, it's a cool thing because obviously it is literally a triple decker couch with Emmett, and then you've got Unikitty, but angry version. Don't forget this was the first line they did where every character was the same shapes, and you just basically had to hope that you got a different color. So it didn't really help this scenario and situation. But yeah, you've got weird and wonderful things with this one. And then, yeah, you got the others as well. So you've got my sig fig, funny enough, was from here. This is what everybody thought my sig fig should have been in 2021. And of course, it would be a sig fig that you can't actually, well, you can actually build it. And it's just a chocolate walking around thing. So when there was the days of everybody adding sig figs in, that was mine, supposedly. So There you go. And that was Unikitty's Sweetest Friends Ever. And you've got Unikitty with a different mouth. See, you've got Happy, you've got different printed bits and all of the other good stuff. And then you've got the Metalbeard minifigure, which I tell you what, that's a very expensive set, actually. That's the original movie. Is it going to pop up on here? Let's have a look. Is it going to come up? The house is from the original. I'm going to search by most expensive. That's what I'm going to do. Why? Why are you giving me? Why I have typed in the Lego Movie 2, and the first thing you're giving me is the throne room from Star Wars. No, stop this nonsense. Lego Movie. What is it? It's Captain Redbeard's boat, isn't it? I think. Let's have a look. Where are we, Captain? What is it called? What's it called? Because it's a lot of money. There it is. Right, found it. So it is 70810. It's beautiful. It's just a lot of money. A lot of money. Apparently it doesn't exist, but we know that's a lie. So let me just find out the instructions. And then I can show you the rest of the sets, because that's going to be the only... I don't know why they do this for some of them. They've got some of the sets there, but they don't have all of them. So... 70810. There we go. So this is the one. 2014 is when this came out. What do the instruction booklets look like for the Sea Cow? Now, if you've never heard of this, you need the Sea Cow in your life if you like boats, because this thing is honestly huge. It's so tall, so tall. But new and sealed, you're looking at anywhere from £300 to £400 now. So a lot of money, but it is from the original Lego Movie from way back when. And of course, you've got the double-decker couch in the first film, and then he panics and makes a triple-decker couch in the second. All removable, all the bits and pieces. It's just, this bit is mega. I saw it in person at the over at Billand, and it was in the camping part. So it did look very, very smart indeed. Jane, welcome. How are we? So welcome back. So hopefully you are good. So yeah, we are still plodding along. We've just covered the Lord of the Rings, all the other little bits and pieces. We'll be on for another sort of maybe 10, 20 minutes or so, just having a look at Captain Redbeard's set, because we're linking the games to the actual sets. And doing this, it should now show us all of the other sets that were out. So there you go. The Lego Movie came out in 2014, and it was available on Xbox Live, Xbox One, 360, PC, DVD, apparently, PlayStation, 3DS, Wii yourself. You've got the Lego games. Yeah, there you go. So never played it, but the sets are pretty cool. So if you want lots of minifigures, lots of fun bits and pieces from the original Lego Movie, you have got a lot to pick from. So there's what, three of them 3 of them there. I don't know how many they did from the original film. I know they did more from the second. Now, are we going to get more sets, or is it just going to be this? No, it's just going to be this. What a shame. What a shame. So, yeah, so that's what the building instructions look like. Great time to jump in. It is indeed. Yep. So if you're a fan of the Lego Movie, have you got this, Jane? Has anybody got this, or did it skip everybody? Because don't forget, that's Morgan Freeman with his glowing green thing. So that was obviously a bit of a Mick take to Gandalf, isn't it? That's who he's supposed to be playing. So no, not got that one. Jane says no, not on the back catalogue. So no, this is a very expensive set now. But no, we've been looking at all of these bits and pieces from the all the Hobbit stuff. We've had a look at all of the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit minifigures, and now we're just tucking into the Lego Movie bits and bobs. But we are about to now actually try and find a different game. So what game do you guys and girls want to look at last, so I can find some sets? Because Lego King I don't know if Lego King's still here, but we can have a look at the UFO sets as well. Who wants to look at what? There's a fair few down here. I think everybody's in a food coma tonight. I think everybody's just stuffed the face. And can we look at the alien line? We can. What is that, though? What is it? It's the space aliens, isn't it? Is that right? The UFO. Lego Space UFO aliens. I think it's not the new stuff. You don't mean this little Lego alien pack, do you? It's not this one. You want the old school. Because the new stuff, that's easy to find because it's just weird and wonderful. There's an alien pack. If you didn't actually realise, they actually did do a little alien pack. But I don't think that's what Lego King is after. He's after the old 80s. Under the Lego Systems banner, which is this stuff. I found it. It's all the beautiful green on the front. So we will use Brickset as a helping hand for get the set numbers, but they are loads of them. The actual UFO ones you wanted, though, was something different. So you can carry on looking at that. I'll get the SKU number because you want 6900, but I don't know if they'll have it on the website. 6900 is the set number. 6900. I think you're on my face now, so you can have a look at that instead. 6900. Okay. No, they don't have anything from the 80s up on there. So this is what I can give you. I'm assuming that's what you're after. Is this what you wanted, Lego King? We will have a read. We can have. I didn't click on the Ninjago stuff yesterday. I think one's based on the movie, so we can easily have a look at all of the movie sets, because that's actually a good thing to finish on, actually, the Ninjago movie stuff. And the other game, I think, was a bit of an exclusive to whatever it was for, so we can have a look-see. But is that what you wanted, King? because that's about as much as I can give you, I'm afraid. Because it's so old, I can't. Because it's not on the Lego website. You have to go for it all separately. But that's the line: 6901, 6902, 6915. 1997 that came out. I thought it was older than that. Yeah, I thought it was much older than that, but no, that's just 97. They did do them in the 80s as well, didn't they? But this is obviously their Lego system updated version. Right, let's have a look at the Ninjago game, and then we'll go back to that when required. So we've got this one. No, this is from the film. So released in 2017, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, Xbox XS, and Lord Garmadon. Now, if I do Ninjago movie, I wonder. What's the best way of finding all the sets? No, didn't want that. I wanted something else. Never mind. That can go away. That can go away. That can go away. I've got so many tabs open. Right, so with regards to the Ninjago movie, a lot of brickheads. You had the Lloyd, but again, it's from the movie, which I think a lot of people might get these mixed up with the actual. I don't know if Ninjago did brickheads, but look at this exclusive 17. I've never seen that before. I don't know if you guys and girls knew that was a thing or not, but that brickhead looks very, very, very smart. 7052. Oh, you are in the 80s then. Oh, the Alien Conquest is what you're after, isn't it? 7052. Right. All right, you're after this. That's what you're after. Oh no, that's a 2011. Apparently, that can't be right. Surely. What, the Alien Conquest? Oh, the newer one. Oh, you're in the new stuff. I thought you wanted the really old thing, but no, that's what it is. So it's the actual Alien Conquest. There's a much older version than this. Much older version than this. Because if you want really old stuff, you want 6940. 694. The Alien Moonstalker. 86. See, I was right. So this is the stuff that I thought you wanted. The really old classic things. But you got a full classic space line if you wanted, because this goes all with the UFOs and all of the bright stuff. So they did a full wave of it in the actual 80s. So yeah, you got loads to pick from. But yeah, with the with the Ninjago bits and pieces, this will be the last thing that we look at. You got a few sets because you had Lloyd, you got Master Wu. Again, looks great. I don't know if you got one of each ninja, but that's the exclusive number 18. Oh, you got it built above the Daily Bugle. A Bugle? Daily Bugle. Ah, nice. So there's a couple of different brickheads that you could pick yourself up. And of course, one of the nicest sets ever made, which of course is this. I say this every single time. So not only was the movie just different and whatever else, the actual sets that were released with the movie were outstanding, because I've shown this off 100 times already, so I don't need to show this off anymore. But it is just one of the most impressive builds, impressive sets. It still holds up now. You can add tons and tons of minifigures to it, but there is a lot of other sets that people forget that came out with it. So you have got all sorts of mechs, all sorts of little bits and pieces. You've got little things like these, like a flying jelly sub, as you do. And again, look at the box artwork. Look how amazing this box artwork is. And it's on the Ninjago docs, don't forget, as well, which is, of course, you can just park this up if you wanted to by that and link all the movie bits and pieces together. So there was a lot of promo for this. And again, it's 70610, 341 pieces. So it's very, 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 very good. And the you had the mechs themselves, you can get secondhand. They hold no money whatsoever. Things like this, though, tend to go for more money, because I think it's just a little bit more quirky with just the bits and pieces. Obviously, you've got the person running away that'll be holding the other minifigure. And then these are the figures. The one picture I went to click on, all the pictures aren't working properly, but they're still not working. Oh, of course they're not. It would just be awkward. Is that going to load? No. Right. Screw you then. So that is the box artwork for that one, 70629. Again, I think it looks really very, very smart indeed. And these, we haven't even got into the bigger sets yet. So you got the Manta Ray Bomber, which again is another really nice, bright, vibrant box artwork. So you've got all of, you've just got random shark, fish minifigures and just extra stuff that you can have running on your Ninjago docks. So, like, all the stuff that you could add with this to, like, if I wanted to, I really probably should, because how I've got my massive Ninjago city layout at the back, because I've got the city, and then I've got the Zane's Memorial, and then I've got the other gardens, and then I've got, to the left of it is obviously the docks, and then to the right of that one is the new market. It literally goes movie, space, TV show, and then Rising Dragon. So really what I should do is have all of these around the docks. If I actually really wanted to, I should look for all of the older Ninjago sets and build them up. But the problem is, it's these. I mean, there's just loads of random things. But these are all used in the opening scenes where they save everybody in the city. And they've all got these huge mechs with all of these weird and wonderful characters, which are part of the actual main display. So you get these in the docks and you get these in the city. So it goes with it. But I just don't know how much these are now. I had the opportunity way back when to pick some of these up. And I just never did. I don't know if I regret that decision, or I appreciate that I've still got the space. I really don't know, to be fair. Has anybody got any of these, by the way? Did anybody know that these were a thing from the Ninjago movie? Because there's a fair few of them, because that's Cole's, and then you've got Zane's ice tank. So each ninja, of course, has its own huge thing. So these aren't exactly going to be small, but they could be flying around or doing whatever. But you can see that it does look pretty. It's just different, isn't it? It's just a great line that came out. Zane is And actually, like, he's just so different within the movie than he is compared to the TV show. But it's nice to have a few of these, like the fisherman. And then, I mean, just amazing prints on all of these characters. So every time I click on these, I go, oh, maybe I should have picked those up, because the temple I would want, because it's the ultimate temple. It's obviously it's a bit like the Malfoy Manor on the back, look, where it's all just flat and open. But you do get all of the movie characters rather than the Rising Dragons and all the others. So they're not going to do any of these again. So if you wanted to pick any of these up, you've got no choice. But it's tall because it's like it's nearly 2 base plates in height. So it has got some length. But yeah, there's your dock. And then you got a Water Strider, which, 494 pieces. But again, it's the minifigures and things that it comes with, which is what these things are all about. So you've got the 2 villains just at the bottom, just down there. And then you've got the brother and sister fighting away in their mech. Yeah, I see. I picked up the 2 big sets of Ninjago, but I never picked up any of these. And I should probably, like I said, you can still get these. They have no value at all. The Ninjago movie stuff, because it has nothing to do with the show, just has no value. But I mean, this huge random shark with a hot dog stand, with a hot dog minifigure, with Garmadon has 4 arms. I mean, where else would you have random minifigures like that with Garmadon fighting with 4 arms, and then you've got a minifigure with braces eating a hot dog? And again, all the box artwork is all from the same scene where they're coming in and getting attacked. So I think these are just fun. I think they just look good. I don't know if I'm going to go down a slippery slope with the Ninjago movie stuff. I don't think I will. I've been saying it for too long. But I mean, like, you've even got the little chase sets. But I mean, look at that. It's 5 figures with 233 pieces. But what you get all packs a punch. Because you've got the villains, you've got Lloyd in undercover, you've got Neo in undercover, you've got a copper in his little tuk-tuk. And then you've got the place where you can buy all the bits and pieces. So again, that would be a really nice little set just to have, because that would complement the Ninjago City, I think. Then you've got, look at this, just the size of this thing, just big old mech, Garmadon's big mech. Again, 4 figures, a fish character. So you could basically have a shark army, and then you've got the laser pointer. So yeah, I could be stupid and just pick some of these up. I might have a look later online and just see how much they actually are. But I've seen some of these built. I think I've seen the ice tank for like £15. And it's, I don't mind if some of the pieces are missing from the actual tank, but I don't want any of the minifigures to be missing, because that's what makes the setup. But it carries on, because you've got the lightning jet, and then you've got the green ninja mech, and then you've got the fire mech. So of course there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I've never seen, what's this one? This is from the movie. I've never seen this. So this is a bit where he falls over. So they've even given you the bit where I'm the skeleton, but no, he gives you the bit where he fights his brother and woos in a completely different attire on this one. So how many movie sets have you got then? So you've got 1, 2 brickheads, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So up to 20 sets for a movie. 21 with the bounty. Oh, they even did the volcano layer as well, did they? There you go. So if you want yourself a volcano layer, I've never seen this. 521 pieces, a full-blown volcano layer, and oh my days, it comes with the crazy scientist. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I can. Yep. I will have a look at the CMF ones now for you. That's absolutely fine, because those minifigures are great. God, look at this. GIT. Oh, it had a sense of humor, this film. But yeah, Garmadon for whatever reason. But don't forget that's double torso as well. So it's a torso on top of a torso with 4 arms at work. And then yeah, you get a couple of reuses of Zane, but that's the really weird and wonderful character. How much is this, do you think now? 70631. Am I going to depress myself? Lego 70631. Yes, I am. Oh no. eBay's £40. 39.99. And this will be one of the more expensive sets, I would imagine. Because they were more money when they came out. Like I said, the movie stuff just does not hold its value at all. Like the Bounty, you can get the Bounty now, so still new and sealed for like £99. And this thing's huge. I mean, it's 2,295 pieces, but it's massive. It's the one that I've got in front of my my display. It really is a gorgeous looking boat. Right, CMF. So the Lego Movie Ninjago minifigures are as follows. That is the pack that you are looking for. I do believe there's actually 2 lots, I think. But they are all, in fact, I'll just make them large. I'll just make them big. So there you go. Here are your minifigures. So you've got Lloyd, Cole, and then you've got all of the ones that come out of the volcano. She gets shot out the top of the volcano. Unikitty Girl, he gets launched away. He gets launched. So all of these just villains. So you get loads and loads of villains. Cornflakes with Wu. Kai in his samurai outfit. Lloyd with his bowl. Selfie stick. Guitar. Garmadon. On holiday Garmadon. Sushi. Undercover Git. See? Coco. Lloyd's mum. Pajama. Garmadon. And Zane. I own all of them. I just need to find them all. So I do have all of those. So I'm glad I have them. But there are some, I haven't got all of them out yet because some of them I'm looking at going, I haven't seen all of them for a while. So I need to start rummaging through some of the bags and seeing what we can find. But is there anything else you guys and girls want to look at? If not, I'm going to start to wrap things up. Mark, good evening to you. How are we? Rio Brick. That is a different type of thing. Let me get it up for you. It's a different company, isn't it? That do basically a bit of everything. They got an actual website. USA Blocks. It's an American site, I think it is. No, it's not. It's not an American site. Yeah, they do everything from like militarized weapons to just all sorts of stuff, but I don't know what type of brick they use. So no, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was something else. So I can't help you with that one. Oh, Mark says just got a new Lego set from the Lego store today. Well, what is it you got, Mark? Let us know. Hang on, Ryan. Ryan, if you're about, I don't know if you're fast asleep, snoring in your chair or whatever, but there's a question for you. Lego King wants to look at your Willy. Apparently, he wants to look at your Willy Wonka. We can have a look at that in a sec. That's not a problem. So let us know, Mark. What is it you got? What did you get yourself? Have a look at these. Have a look at these mechs because I didn't click on all of them, did I? So this could get deadly. Honestly, this could be a really bad idea. Me looking at all of these because this is all. I just need all of these in around my actual Ninjago city, and I could say that I'm actually fully complete. Yeah, some of it is Jane. That's what I get the impression. It's not fake because it's not. It's just non-licensed, but from what I can gather, I think it's almost copies. So yeah, it's not. It's unlicensed bits. Oh, you got the new Ninjago 71851. 71851. Let's have a look. Oh, fantastic! So you got the Dragon Mech Battle Pack. Yeah, I'd love that minifigure as well. So that's going to be the new minifigures coming in Series 4, in case anybody needs to know what this is. So Series 4, you're going to have all sorts of different villains, and there's a handful of this character. I think this character is only in one more set as well. But getting those 3, I think, do look great. 85-piece build, nice little box. And you can see Kai also has a different headpiece on because he's got more of a dragon head hairpiece now, isn't he? So clearly something happens in Series 4. What that is, we're not too sure. We don't know if they morph into that or they're just learning a dragon technique or whatever it might be. But no, that's a really nice set from the Rising Dragon. So hopefully you enjoy that build very, very much. Oh, these minifigures are just too good. I've seen the films so many times. I'm sending myself down a rabbit hole here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Why am I looking at this stuff? I've just said I haven't got anything for this amount of time, and I'm sat here going, oh, I wonder how much that is. Now I'm googling the prices, so you know it's not going to be good. So 70615. Oh, far too much money. Far too much money on eBay. That's painful. Painful. Can't do that. DJ, how are we? Good evening to you. Hopefully you are good. And hopefully you've had a nice weekend. We are literally, I'm now just sending myself down a rabbit hole of the Ninjago movie things. And is there a better look at those minifigures? Might be about it. It's a base plate and a half tall. So it's not exactly small, these mechs, are they? They are big. Oh dear. It'd be a used job, I am assuming. And the Dragon Mech, which you got Dream Toy of 2017. Because of course everybody wanted to be the Green Ninja, didn't they? Minifigure wise, it's actually probably the worst one in all fairness. But you do get Wu villain Garmadon with the laser, I think. They haven't won any of the toy awards for a long time, have they? Oh, that's the one I didn't look at. That's what I'm looking for. The Lightning Jet. I know that comes with quite a few minifigures as well. Yeah, you got that weird ball-headed thing. You can get that a couple of times. But these, all these minifigures are add-ons to the Ninjago dock, which I obviously don't have. Mark said, I've seen the Ninjago. Yes, it's different, isn't it? It is different. 66018. Let's have a look. See if I can find it in the background. Rio Brick. Oh, the medieval village. Their variation of, isn't it? So no, this is because this isn't a copy. This is just their own. I don't think. I think this is just a stand. Might just be a standard design. I haven't seen this design before, so it's just a medieval castle. So obviously Shiba would want something like this as well. He's into that kind of thing. But no, that's a nice looking thing. So no, it's not fake. It's just an alternate set. What I was on wasn't this. I was on something else. But what have they got? So they've got a mashup of. I mean, look at that. They've got the clock tower for £870. They've got all sorts of different bits and pieces, haven't they? V12 engine. Not much. We always get shafted when it comes to these bits and pieces. It's the Americans get a lot more than we do. But you've got Christmas train. Yeah, it's all sorts of different bits. Trying to find the medieval, but it's not. They do lightsabers as well, do they? Is this the company that does that? Oh no. Yes, it is. No, it's not. No, that's something else. I'm trying to get my head around where I've seen these before. I can't quite get my head around where it's from. So I don't know. Some of them are and some of them aren't. So I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. I'll do a bit of research for you, Jane, and next time I'm live, I'll let you know. You had a question before. What question was yours, DJ? Hang on, where are you? Oh, sorry. Up. What's your favourite Lego Ninjago movie set? Well, to be fair, I've actually only got two. So the only two that I've got is the big Ninjago City and the big Ninjago Dock. And out the two, the big Ninjago City is better. But I am very, very tempted now to look at this line because these are very, very different. And I don't know how easy or difficult the Ninjago movie stuff will be to get. But if I'm going to be doing a big dragon display over my red roller coaster, then I could potentially get away with more Ninjago sets at the other end, but it's going to be completely different. But I just don't know how big some of these are. That's the thing. I'm just not 100% sure, but it's a lot. That's the only problem. And you know what it's like when you start trying to get something. But I think the box artwork looks great. But wingspan of that, again, look, it's 17 inches. So they all the Ninjago sets are huge. All huge. But you've got some amazing characters in this. So it's very, very tempted. Very, very, very tempted to that. Yeah, so Ninjago City is outrageously expensive now. Yeah, when it first came out, it was fine. Like anything else, when it first comes out, it's fine. And then I actually picked it up in a sale. Funny enough, new sealed in a sale from the store. And then all of a sudden they went mega. But with these, they haven't. Some of them don't hold their value at all, especially if they've been used, because the movie stuff's obviously completely separate to to the city stuff. The brickheads might be going for a little bit of money, but all the other bits and pieces, I don't think they are, because like the temple, for example, it's maybe £100. It's a lot of money, but you know, how old it is now, for when it came out. Whereas some of them are much more expensive, but you do get literally the whole crew with that, and a different version of Garmadon. So you get them all in there. You get everyone from the film if you wanted it. So that's not too bad. Mark says start to get into Lego in 2023. Wow. You've been around it for a little while then, for the last couple of years. So you know the score with it, Mark. So you just got to pick up stuff whenever you can. So Jane started in 2013. So you got plenty of years under your belt for that, Jane. Yeah, the Ninjago market. The Ninjago, it's nice, but out of the Ninjago market and the Ninjago gardens, if you haven't got either of them, the Ninjago gardens is better, I would say. Let me just let Pumpkin out. Yeah, the market, the gardens is better, I would say, than the market. So have a quick look to finish. We'll start to wrap things up in a minute, but Ninjago gardens. So this is the one that retired before. This is beautiful. It's very flimsy to start with until you start putting it together. But again, you get a huge mountain of minifigures, and you can see that there's just a lot going on without any of the characters there. And it just works really well with the city. You do get Zane's memorial. So that's a very, very clever thing that they put in with that. And obviously that's what it looks like. So this is actually how I have mine. But what I've done is I put the dock the other side, and I've spun this one inwards, and I've spun this one inwards, and I've just used this one as the divider. And then I've got them all against the wall. So I was thinking of, on the left-hand side, maybe looking at some of those movie ones. But no, this one does look very, very smart, and it's very tall. The markets is 2 base plates as well. So the market is obviously the one that's just retired, but it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I've just put that one together. It doesn't matter. You don't need any of the older any old Lego sets. Some of the old stuff is very, very expensive, but you don't need to worry, Mark. Just you got the rising. You've started at an amazing time, because the Rising Dragons, you came out around that time for that, so you can see all of the current Ninjago Rising Dragon sets. They're all available there or thereabouts. So yeah, so they're all about just there. But yeah, you've got a huge selection of all the characters, and this is from the so the difference between this and the markets is that this is from the Masters of Spinjitzu. So this is basically over the 15-year period that they did, and then the market is based on the new Rising Dragons. So again, there's 2 different ones, and then there's a workshop that's out as well, but the workshop's not as good compared to this. I mean, it's a great set. But if you look at this and then you look at the workshop, you can see straight away it's nowhere near as busy. It's nowhere near as pretty. And why there's a workshop, I'm not 100% sure, because it should be a scrap heap with buildings on top instead of it being like an actual workshop. So, and the rooms are just too small, because the Ninjago stuff is renowned for it being like fully modular. And then they tried to just do something different on this one, and it just it was all right, but it wasn't great. But the new Old Town that they've done is also beautiful as well. But they don't show any photos off. They literally just say it could connect to whatever it could connect to. And the last one, which is the Ninjago market, this one, it's lovely. It really is very, very nice. And again, tons of characters. Box is huge. But out of the gardens and this one, if you can only get space for one, I would probably say the gardens over this one. But at the same time, this is beautiful. Yeah, I didn't. Well, to be fair, I watched the movie first, and I had no idea. But don't forget, the movie is just a standalone thing, isn't it? So all the voice actors had changed, everything had changed. That's why they gave Garmadon forearms. It was just completely different to the actual TV show. So it was just a standalone movie that had nothing to do with the actual show. But because I saw the movie first, I was like, "Oh, it's a bit strange." And I started to watch the TV show. I was like, "Oh, good grief!" I was like, "The movie's nothing like the show. The show's better." But it's always nice to put the movie back on and be like, "Oh yeah, they did." You know, they did so many sets for it, didn't they? And they did all those things. It's just a very clever way of making making money. Right, with 17 votes in, I'm going to end the poll. Medieval has drawn with Star Trek and it's 24% for other, and Pokemon's come last at 18. So that poll has finished. So what I am going to do is I am going to start to say goodbye, I think, because this is obviously the second stream of the day. So I think I've been talking for 5 hours. So no wonder you guys and girls are going to get bored of me. So I'll let you guys and girls say goodbye to each other. Oh, the bit in the middle, yeah, it's beautiful. So you've got that bit all moves, goes all the way up to the top, and you've got all the string and everything up at the top, and you can obviously it takes it down to the bottom, and these pieces do open up. There's a lot of minifigures within it as well, and you have got some classics within. So yeah, there's some really very, very good characters. For whatever reason, that tab has just shot off somewhere else. I don't even know how that's done that. So let me get that back. I've sort of dragged it across and it's gone. Right. What were we on? Ninjago Market. There we are. There we are. We'll try that again. So yeah, there was some beautiful stuff going on with this one. You've got all the gold down up on here. You've got all the important characters. You've got the undercover Zane. He's got his mustache on as well, which is a cool thing. Ah, well, there we go, Mark. You can't go wrong with that, can you? That's exciting. So have you built that one up? Ah, fantastic. Yeah, that's it. There was a lot more money spent on it, Jane, wasn't there? A lot more money spent on it. The Rising Dragon show now is much more advanced than obviously the other show. So the Rising, because I'm watching the Rising Dragons again, and then when I'm going to go back to the original, I'm going to be like, oh, actually, it's the original is going to look so dated, so dated. But yeah, it is an amazing looking thing. But I'm going to get going because I need a drink and I need some food, and Pumpkin is walking around me going, she wants a cuddle. So I will say goodbye to everybody now. So I'm going to say take care, everybody. I'm going to let you guys and girls say goodbye to each other, and I will catch up with everybody soon. I might be doing live tomorrow for a little bit of a live build, maybe, and then we'll go live again one evening next week. And I will keep you all up to date if I crumble and get any of the Ninjago movie sets, because I think if I stay on here any longer, I will just start to research that Ninjago movie stuff, and then, well, it would get deadly, I think, because I think it looks very, very good. I think it does look very, very, very good. So there's some nice things on there, but I think we'll wrap it up. So, right, guys, I will catch everybody soon. Take care, everybody. Bye, bye, bye.